And we are here in a nice cold London Seadog place, absolutely going bonkers. And we are just gonna start into it now. Seadog's just receiving news that their maybe rival, the Toros, just won their division. So now they got to do their part and continue this thing up so we can get the championship everybody wants, all right? And let's just start off by looking at the Northern All Stars, headed up by Tamp, who's having a great season. Just an efficient guy. He is the steady rock of the Sea Dogs. His fourth straight All Star in 4 years in the league. Just amazing. He's never missed the All Star game. Second arm Pascal, his third, and the newcomer on the All Star team, Ellie Miller, second year man. He's dynamic. He's electric. When he's on, the Sea Dogs become just a scary team, and that's what they're hoping for these playoffs. They hope they're locked in. Dizzy Devils also bring in two All Stars. McFadden, only his second All Star appearance. You would think he would have more, but he's an all arounder. Nudged out of the defender spot by Miller and Paulo Dasher. Good Dasher. He used to be a better offensive force, but he's a good Dasher for the Dizzy Devils, and will probably come in handy here as we see. And Ellie Miller made the All Dodge team as well as his first All Star team. Very good. Let's just dive in. Sea Dogs, Dizzy Devils. If the Sea Dogs win, they claim the second seed. If the Dizzy Devils win, they don't know where they'll end up yet. Either playing the Toros or winner of the other two division matchups. Schedule. Let's look at. Let's see. We got week one. Everybody remembers that game on the flex where DeGarmo couldn't finish and Sea Dogs could pulled it off. Week six, it was a little different. The Dizzy Devils did not hold a candle to the Sea Dogs. Dizzy Devils number 7 in the league, complete absolute dead tie with the captains point wise. 6-5. It seemed like a jungle to get here, but honestly, the Empire and Margays just kind of off themselves with their play. They just weren't very effective, and Dizzy Devils just walked into the playoffs at 6-5. Kind of the forgotten team. It's all been about the 10-1 Sea Dogs. Sea Dogs. I mean, come on. They have everything. Lead the league in efficiency. Top 5 participation. Star power. Second in star power. And they're even pretty good at execution. So they're kind of, a lot of people say they're better than the Toros, but let's dive into the game. Let's go live to the stadium. Sea Dogs with their veritable home game. Who knew? They were the second worst team in the league in the division last year. It was a very competitive division, more competitive than this year. But yeah, so they got the home court advantage granted to them this year. And the Dizzy Devils coming in not very happy. They got freaking beat 5-1 here a couple weeks ago. So for the Dizzy Devils, it's just going to really have to be a very, very, very game-changing effort. Coach Pierre had his first year here, but he was inheriting just the absolute. He got the keys to the Porsche. All he had to do was pick up Curtis from free agency, and he didn't even have to make another move. Everybody knew the Seadogs were locked in. But, McInnes, the owner of the Seadogs, he is very impatient. He's very competitive. And when he saw Pierre Head on the market, he was like, "Hey, Tyree, get out of here. You're not the coach anymore. We got a better guy coming up the pike. He just won a college championship with Washington University, and we want him to win a championship with us because he knows." And 10-1 record, just blasting out the gates, and it's looking good for them. Dizzy Devils, Danielson. Everybody knows the story, just pleading with ownership to keep him on for the next season. Like, I promise I can make the playoffs. I'm not going to ruin McFadden's career. And they made a lot of changes, drafting DeGarmo, getting Paolo, getting Ricky. I mean, they really changed the roster around for McFadden, but everybody knows DeGarmo crumbled under pressure. He hasn't gotten better at all. He's gotten worse, actually. And Cougar, but Cougar has upped his game in light of that. He felt a little bit of a challenge for them wanting to draft offensive guy, and Cougar was kind of. But Cougar has to be honest. I mean, he's not. He's a great offensive guy, but he's not the best, and they need somebody to stand guard against crazy teams like the Seadogs. Seadogs, you got Tamp, you got Willis, Curtis, great, core squad. Curtis has gotten a little worse throwing wise, but it's okay. You can cover your sins a little bit. Madison, second year guy, let's not forget him. He's a 60 catcher. Miller, 84 catching, dodging. What do you want? Pick your poison. So this is a very much more dynamic team than the Toros when you compare rosters of who's the best in the league. But it's going to be, honestly, for McFadden, this is his legacy. A couple years ago, Dizzy Devils were riding high. They were one of the best teams in the league, went 8-2. Everybody wanted to see that Interceptors Dizzy Devils matchup, but they got beat in the first round. Nobody saw it by the Scarlet Ember. And so for McFadden, he doesn't have a signature win yet of his career. And this for sure would be a signature win. It'd be a crazy win. Nobody's expecting them to win. But let's see what they do in the cold here. They're used to the cold, and it is packed house. The league tried to bus as many or fly as many Dizzy Devils fans over. I mean, it's just such a disadvantageous situation for them. It's a home game. You cannot hide that it's a home game. You have all the northern branding on the stadium, but it is a home game for the Seadogs, who don't need any kind of advantage. But let's begin this here. The dashes are even, so as far as the Dizzy Devils are concerned, this is an even game. Let's go now. And the Seadogs win the start. Tamp throwing at McFadden. McFadden with the catch. Cougar throwing at Miller. Uh-oh, they know what to do. Willis gets McFadden out, though. Cougar throwing at Curtis. And Curtis with the catch. They're going to claw back into this. Willis throwing at Ricky, but Ricky catches. Ricky throwing at Curtis, but Madison with the interception. And Curtis throwing at Paolo, gets him out. It's all up to DeGarmo now. We've heard that before. And Curtis catches DeGarmo with the weak throw, and the Seadogs take the lead. Tamp knocked out early. Ellie Miller didn't do anything, but the Seadogs able to handle it with the backup crew. That's not a good look for the Dizzy Devils, who did a great job getting out the top two up front, but couldn't do anything about it. Let's see if they have more finish now. Dizzy Devils win the start. Cougar throwing at Temp. Gets him out. And Willis throwing at McFadden. McFadden is out. And Cougar throwing at Miller. Miller out. And Willis throwing at Cougar. The stars just aren't coming out for the Seadogs, but they don't think they need that. Ricky throwing at Willis. Willis is out. And it's Curtis throwing at Ricky. And Ricky's out. Just back and forth this set. And DeGarmo throwing at Curtis. This could be a game break. But DeGarmo with a good enough throw gets Curtis out. It's all up to Madison, the second-year man. Gets Paulo out. It's all up to DeGarmo to finish. Can he finish? And DeGarmo finishes in the playoffs. Let's go. Versus his old college coach. DeGarmo, 2 good throws. Dizzy Devils, I mean, the Seadogs, your best 2 players aren't playing right now. What are you doing? Get into gear. This isn't not a dress rehearsal. You got to win this game. Get to the next round. Let's not do this. Let's start this third set. The Seadogs win the start. Let's see if they get into gear now. Tamp throwing at McFadden. McFadden is out. And Paulo throwing at Curtis. Curtis is out. Tamp throwing at Cougar. Cougar is out. Going down their roster. DeGarmo throwing at Ellie Miller. And Ellie Miller dodges easily. Tamp throwing at Ricky. And Ricky out. And Paulo throwing at Ellie Miller. Ellie Miller catches it. Don't even test him. They're just daring test him right now. And the Seadogs just make light work of that set. Tamp 4 for 4. Ellie Miller, he wasn't in the mood to like go after any balls, but when they came to him, he handled them. Dizzy Devils didn't really stand a chance that set. Seadogs win the set 4 start. Tamp throwing at McFadden. McFadden is out. Cougar throwing at Tamp. And Ellie Miller going for his teammate gets the interception. Now they start to turn off the afterburners. Tamp throwing gets Ricky out. DeGarmo throwing at Ellie Miller. Ellie Miller is on. You're not going to stop him now. Just avoid him at all costs. And the Seadogs blanked them that set. Ellie Miller, an interception and a catch. This impeccable play right now. They let the young guys get their licks in early, and it's just the Ellie Miller and Tamp show right now. And the Seadogs love it, and London loves it. Set 5. Dizzy Devils win the start. Cougar throwing at Madison, but Madison catches. Everybody's on right now. Tamp throwing at McFadden gets him out. Ricky throws at Tamp, gets him out. And Willis throws at Ricky, and Ricky is out. Paulo throws at Curtis, and Curtis dodges. And Willis throws at Paulo, gets him out. It's all up to Darius DeGarmo. But DeGarmo caught by Ellie Miller. It's just not even fair. The Seadogs are overpowered. I mean, when Miller and Tamp go in, it's over. I mean, they just flip the switch, and you're just not able to keep up. Could be the last set of the Dizzy Devils season. The Dizzy Devils win the start. Cougar throwing at Tamp. Ellie Miller, interception. Tamp throws at DeGarmo. DeGarmo is out. What's McFadden going to do? Throws for Tamp. Tamp dodges McFadden. McFadden catches, though. He's like, not yet. McFadden gets Willis out. Can he go down the roster? But McFadden thrown out by Curtis. And Ricky throws for Madison. Madison's out. Curtis throws at Ricky. Ricky catches. Can Miller defend the house? And Miller dodges. Miller throws for Ricky. Gets him out. Paulo throws for Miller. Miller dodges. And Miller throws for Paulo. Good night. The Seadogs beat the Dizzy Devils. North champion. Seadogs. When is the last time they won the Northern champion? I'll have to look it up. But I think it was back when they went to the championship. It's been a while since the Seadogs have been a feared opponent in this league. And the Seadogs, a 63 index, 90% execution, 71 efficiency, 68 participation. That's the number that should scare everybody else that thinks they're going to win the championship this year. They had everybody participating. Madison got in his hits. Miller, 2 interceptions, 5 catches, 2 throwouts. Tamp, 11 for 9 throwing. I mean, everybody, the Willis, 6 for 5 throwing. Let's not forget that. Dizzy Devils, nobody really brought it for them, McFadden had 3 points. No game-changing catches or anything. No offense from Cougar, 7 for 3. But Miller, Tamp, 80.8 index for Miller, 68.6 for Tamp. And that will do it here in London a quick little championship trophy for the Seadogs, and they will be in Pineville, North Carolina, awaiting whoever wins next. Either the I mean, it doesn't matter. It's one of 4 teams for them. Except the Interceptors. Well, no. Except the Gold. The Gold's the only team they're not going to play next round. Yep, and that'll be it, guys. We'll see you in Denver for the Midwest Championship.